after.
All in.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Diamonds for Bob.
Oh, come on!
Do you know Justin well enough to think that he might want some revenge for that event that happened a few weeks ago in Super High Rollerball, even though he still won almost $2 million?
I think it's not so much revenge he seeks. I think that he understands that in that confrontation he ended up losing to Adamo, but
this on out would be a big bluff.
yeah,
Check,
Adamo
check.
recognizes that when he opens from the small blind and gets a call out.
What did he have? What did he have on the head?
That's $1 million. $1,130,000? No, 135. Okay, a little more.
60, I think it should be.
Took an extra orange.
Yeah, and this sizing is really intended to target a lot of Bonomo's one pair hands, certainly the straight himself, which is nice.
Justin cuts out a call. $3.5 million between the two top stacks, and a jack again on the end.
Know about this particular situation as played.
He has surrendered after.
All in.
Oh, wow.
Yep, this guy right
wow.
here.
The ultimate pressure from Adamo on Justin Bonomo, who has the 10 and now must figure out this puzzle for his tournament life.
And it is.
I'm impressed, kid. That's what I see right there.
Yeah, it's an incredibly difficult position for Bonomo.
Do you enjoy these situations, or do you find them stressful?
Is Justin talking to himself?
Call.
Oh, wow.
What a call!
Wow.
Turn it over. The river bluff does not get by Justin Bonomo, and he is a key factor now against Michael Adamo. Almost identical stacks.
Bonomo in action again, raising his button, makes it 90,000. Jack 10 for Tobias Reinkemeyer.
Jack 10's an okay hand to call with, but I expect these guys to start ramping up the pre-flop aggression while playing out of position.
Well, it seems that Reinkemeyer is still happy to play flops out of position. He just calls.
Okay. Also, where the heck has Elke been?
Yeah, they're not heads up yet, but I wouldn't blame you for thinking we were at that stage.
Another pretty good flop for Bonomo. A pair, a gut shot, backdoor straight flush. All looks pretty good at this stage of the game.
Reinkemeyer checks, Bonomo bets.
Perfectly fine spot for Tobias to just give it up.
There is an alternative,
Oh boy.
which is to bluff by check raising to 385,000.
I think this is just one of those frustration raises that can happen sometimes when you keep missing flops. I wonder if Bonomo thinks the same thing. This is pretty much a gin flop with a hand like 8-6 off. Don't think he can just give it up.
Can I see your chips?
Definitely wouldn't expect to see just a call here.
I'm all in.
Bonomo shoves on him.
Big, fat semi-bluff. Really good shove. Even if he gets called, it's pretty likely he's drawing live.
Something that you couldn't have done when the game came out, but you can do now. Meanwhile, both players sharing an 8 here as Razai limps in from the button. Bonomo finger wagging with that suited ace. 210. Daniel sticking around. And flopping a gut shot along with the spade working.
kind of surprising, I think, maybe to see the lead. Not surprising in the sense that, of course, Bonomo was the pre-flop aggressor. But again, when your opponent limp calls the raise, you do expect them to connect with this type of board texture quite often. And so a lot of times, if you don't turn additional equity, you're gonna have to give up, I think. And that 7 of clubs on the turn does put the ace high still in front of course, flush draws, maybe some hands like Jack 10. Feels like he's probably going to be up against ace high a lot of the time as well.
I like this bet from Razai, Maria, because obviously there's a lot of credibility to him sticking around and having some sort of piece of this in the form of a 9 or a 7, given the limp and then the call of the raise. But no, Bonomo, unconvinced, is going to make this call on the strength of nothing more than ace high, and you start to understand why he is such a tough opponent as an unimproved Jack 8 now.
All of the suited combos, so not out of the realm of possibility here.
And the jam from Rezai, and that 8 of clubs is such a poor card for Bonomo to have in terms of the busted straights, the 10-8s and the Jack 8s of the world, Maria, which he blocks.
Yeah, and that's just it, right, Ollie, is you have ace high here. The flush from the flop doesn't come in, but you do also block some of the other natural bluffs.
I really think you're bluffing me. I have to call.
Oh, and Bonomo makes the call, Ollie.
Wow. And how validating is it to see the Jack 8?
Street of value, and yeah, Schindler is going to fold anyway. Maybe, I guess that's preordained, that if you raise there, Schindler just automatically releases. Let's just even assume that's the case, and that it is worse to raise because you either run into 4 6s or he folds everything else. I still got to jack it up. It just looks a little odd, and man, I don't know.
Well, would you like to know what the probability of flopping quads against when holding a pocket pair? What the odds are?
What's a pocket pair?
I'm so discombobulated by the check behind.
From the Netherlands or something?
Yeah. This is a pocket pair. So the odds of your opponent flopping quads when holding a pocket pair, do you know it off the top of your head?
I do, but I'll let you reveal it to the audience. This is actually one that I oddly know. No, you know I don't know what the odds are of flopping quads.
407 to 1. 0.25% of the time is Pratusha's hand beat there, according to the interweb.
407 to 1.
You feel like you're hitting it a little more often than that there,
I feel like
Sheldon?
I'm hitting it less. I haven't flopped quads since I was 17.
So, you know, when you think about the improbability of it, wouldn't it feel correct to have raised there?
Well, yeah, just raise it up. We're on TV here, you know. Yeah, we know what's going on. I mean, you know, listen. Everybody has the right to play the way they play and approach the game the way they approach it. I don't know, it just sort of doesn't look right. You can't be too old-fashioned and ask players to do things that have been solved as incorrect or as poker has progressed, we have learned are wrong. And we kid, and we make fun of the fact that as players have improved, the game in ways has gotten a bit duller in certain spots to the layman. To me, I love this stuff, I really do. As much as I joke, I'm endlessly fascinated by small blind and big blind scenarios, more than I even let on sometimes.
We find a bet and call of 140,000 on the turn, where the flop came 10-4-8, a king peeled off, and now the top card on the flop is paired on the end. form of a 10 of hearts. 490,000 in the middle, and
Of
we're
course.
facing a couple of mysteries. $560 left behind for Bonomo.
This is, in ways, the most important hand of the day thus far, as Bonomo with about a pot-sized bet left. Certainly a situation where we could see Budiga pile with both value and some air. Let's just see how it plays out.
And Budiga's going to put Bonomo all in here. Oh, and the ace-jack of diamonds for Bonomo, picking up a lot of outs on the turn and just bricking off on the end. Does he really want to take a stand for his tournament life with ace-high?
Well, Bonomo, of course, with just a bluff catcher here, and no, he doesn't. Budiga will have some misdraws here. But
Oh, 7-8 of diamonds. He happened to have a pair, but if the diamond peels off, Bonomo could potentially double through there.
Yeah. There are times where Budiga folds out a slightly better hand than those 10s and 8s, and there are other times where those 10s and 8s are good. So nice jam by Budiga. Pretty frustrating day. So
to further the point, I think those who are in that classification, Nick, would argue that one's ability to endure across maybe multiple generations or spans or sort of evolutions of the game would be a requisite, perhaps.
Of course, and it's a give and a take. You can't just come have 2 seasons and you're in. But he's been doing it for a while now.
Sure.
This is his moment in the sun. As we see the flush draw for Adamo and the over top pair king kicker for Bonomo. But again, for purveyors of the ins and outs of 2 card, it's highly compelling to watch arguably the best tournament player in the world on one of the best runs of all time. Here, heads up, looking to come in, win the 50, the 100, and the 300. I mean, you know.
Well, let us not overlook
a broken record, perhaps.
the man he's up against,
We're
Nick.
not.
I mean,
we are not, and it's not over. It's far from over.
Our focus is perhaps
As we see
disproportionately
third pot from Bonomo here.
on Adamo. But Bonomo, that's the number 2 on the all-time, with a chance to get
Nothing,
up top. He won the one drop, $1 million buy-in.
Nothing but respect for the man, Ali.
Multiple Super High Roller Bowl titles.
Couldn't agree more.
And the best hand here as a 7 rolls off on the heels of Adamo. Check calling the 60K.
Check called third pot, bottom pair, card pairs. See what Mike has for us. Either check or a lead of sorts. Wang it over, Ali.
10 seconds.
And we can see the kind of faceted accomplishments of bets like this. Bonomo might find a classy raise as it stands here. It would be quite nice. But if he doesn't, these bets can accomplish more than one thing. Marinate on it at home.
10 seconds.
10s and 7s with a king. Very good hand.
190.
Great find here from Justin. Beauty.
Question asked and answered.
Question asked and answered. And as you touched on a while ago, Adamo is out of time banks. I don't believe they've been replenished for heads up. So these are murky waters, a somewhat wet board, etc. We have queen high, but a flush
10
draw.
seconds.
He has 10 seconds. He's in, Ali.
Call.
Always understood the prospect that a raise would come in behind him, but senses he is drawing live. Right color, wrong suit on the end, but a 4-liner on the board.
This could be a spot where some of OOP bluffs do stem from the flush draws. Hard to find other things, or perhaps we're just playing a check here. I have no idea, but one can speculate. Look at this, Ali. I mean, looks like he's coming with quarter pot of sorts. My goodness.
70,000.
Implausible, and we do need some bluffs, perhaps. And I mean, we have a little window into the inner workings. Does pay it off. Doesn't get through. You win is a welcome sound.
That's a nasty call there by Bonomo. Nick, obviously the sizing, one can just presume the pot is laying us a decent price, and we...
Indeed, Ali.
Down to fourth, and it's now Carrie Katz, who's the low man with a 16 big blind stack. Back to the main feature table, where the action has been folded to Daniel Negreanu. So let's play this from his perspective, Joe. Let's sweat with Daniel.
All right, well, it's Justin Bonomo's big blind, so can we not raise him?
Jack 8 of spades in the small.
Okay.
Daniel raises to 75,000.
Great.
Bonomo calls. The flop gives Daniel a flush draw, plus a backdoor straight draw, plus he has 2 overs to the board. What's not to like?
All in. Sorry, wait a few seconds, and then all in.
Alternatively, C-bet for 45K.
I'm hoping Justin raises so we can go all in. Ooh, he might actually raise. By the way, I'm not saying that's the right approach. I just don't want to play against Justin Bonomo.
Bonomo has raised to 175,000.
So my guess is that Daniel probably won't want to play for all of it. He's a little too deep, and he's actually blocking some of the bluffs Justin can have here.
A call from Negreanu. This hand going to the turn. 515K in the middle already. 7 of clubs pairs the board.
That is a very bad card for us.
Daniel checks.
We'd very much like a free river.
Justin checks behind. So Daniel pairs his jack on the river.
It's a pretty good card for us. And I think we can bet this. Very unlikely we're going to get raised.
That's 180,000. Uh-oh.
Aw, come on!
That's $1 million. Justin Bonomo has just raised to $1 million.
There's only a couple of things he can have. A turn full house.
That's 6, 7.
Yes, that.
6, 7.
He could have a flush, but he probably would have bet the turn.
6, 7 of hearts. So 6, 7 hearts. That's one hand. What else? Clubs.
This is going to be a full house or a bluff.
Six, 7 of hearts. Pocket deuces. All right, pocket deuces.
Daniel's played a time bank card, buying himself an extra 30 seconds thinking time.
There really aren't a lot of full houses he can have. I knew we should have moved in. I said it.
You also said Justin Bonomo wouldn't raise.
But I said the other thing first.
Whatever.
I fold.
Negreanu lets it go. What did Bonomo have? King, queen. It was a bluff. Ah! Justin Bonomo bluffs Daniel Negreanu with king high and is now up to nearly 2.4 million.
Son of a Bonomo.